Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Rambling Knave. I, as always, am Brandon,
and
and we're going to start over on the first take.
Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Rambling Knave. I'm Brandon.
and I see the ghost of navigators, and they are lost.
And I'm Noah. And today, we're doing Iron Maiden Part 2 because we just can't get enough of one of our favorite bands in the entire universe. We're pumped. We're about to see them in...
Like 16 days.
16 days, 2 weeks.
2 weeks from Friday, or 2 weeks from Saturday.
So there you go.
Yeah, so
and
whatever the math is on that.
And if you haven't seen, this is going to be the later years from X Factor on
To Book of Souls.
Book of Souls,
or
yeah.
now, but
Now.
yeah,
Yeah, just X Factor on. And then if you haven't seen, up there will be the first half. So if you haven't seen that, or if you care, if not, you're like, hey, you know what? X Factor's my favorite. I want to hear what they picked off of X Factor because I love Blaze. Like, maybe that's your thing. I don't know. You have
And
terrible
if that's
taste.
your thing, I'm backing you 100% on this. I think the X Factor as an album is underrated. I will die on that hill.
Alone.
Well, to be fair, you might die on the hill with Bubbles, which I guess would be all right.
That's right.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. So as is our way of doing this, we're gonna do our top 7 underrated songs. No singles. No greatest hits. And this will be in no order as far as like our favorite song to our least favorite song or what have you. It's gonna be chronologically by album.
Also, we're still trying to get to 100 subscribers, so go hit that subscribe button now. Do it now.
Yeah, you want to see us do something stupid? You can like get us to 100. There's like 70 of you.
And I will take Misha's car off some sweet ramps.
Oh fuck yeah! Well, I'm doing Edward 40 hands.
Yeah, no, we'll do Edward 40 hands. We'll try to live stream a Power Hour on Twitch.
Yeah.
Whatever, just get us
There's
to
70
100,
of you. If half of you get one person to do it, we're at 100. So
You'll get to watch
do
me
it, please.
ramp a Ford Taurus.
That would be awesome. All right, so let's begin at the beginning.
So, we're going to start by skipping the Blaze Bayley albums because
Fuck those albums.
apparently I'm the only one who gave a shit. Well, Bubbles did too, but...
To be fair, though, those would be the quintessential underrated songs. But
There's a
considering
reason.
they're... Yeah.
But considering it
We're
was
gonna
Blaze Bayley
skip.
and he's not a very good singer and he kind of sinks the albums, we're going to move all the way to Brave New World where Bruce Dickinson returns and saves the band from itself.
Returns in style because Brave New World is like...
It kicks off with The Wicker Man, which is like one of their best songs ever.
Yeah, and then it moves into our first song, which is Ghost of the Navigator.
And everyone except Brandon picked this song for their list, so...
Which is understandable because there's so many good songs on Brave New World.
And ironically, because I was only trying to pick one song from one album, I picked the other one that actually made our list.
Yeah,
So
like it took everything I had to just not make my top 7 list, these 7 available songs. Well, maybe with the exception of Nomad, because it's okay, it just drags. But Ghost of the Navigator, man, it's like... This song manages to be epic in under 7 minutes. Like, it feels like you just went on this great big...
Odyssey?
Odyssey? Yeah.
Perhaps Homer?
Perhaps Homer's Odyssey?
Homer's Odyssey?
Yeah.
With Odysseus lashed to the mast? With his
Some
wiener
big
hanging
titty
out?
mermaids yelling at you to come pick them down.
Come get your free pussy!
Yeah. The song is, it's essentially, a maritime epic, a la, like, Rime of the Ancient Mariner, the poem by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, also the song by Iron Maiden, and then, it has references to the Odyssey, Homer's The Odyssey, which is, like, one of my favorite works of literature of all time.
Well, yeah, you picked that as your, your book.
Yeah, there's a
callback.
We'll try to throw that a callback. But it's a solid Iron Maiden rocker. It's got the big choruses. It's got the up-front guitars. It's got this awesome fucking post-solo instrumental that halfway through they use the double kicks, which is like really subtle because most bands love to just overuse double kicks, but it just gives the song that much more nuance.
Yeah. Really great song. Came out in 2000, like you said. Brave New World.
And like every section of this song is catchy. Like, you're able to just hum all 7 minutes of this song because they're so catchy. Like, it's just a stellar song.
Yeah, it really is.
And that's And here's the thing, it's not even like my favorite song on the album, and it's just that good. That's how good Brave New World is.
Yeah, it is a really good... I don't know if I'd call it a comeback record per se, but it was a comeback record for Bruce Dickinson, and I mean, it fucking delivers.
Yeah. So, and it delivers so hard. The next song is on the same album. This one is sort of the modern vintage Iron Maiden. This one's The Mercenary.
The Mercenary!
Yeah, and if I'm being real specific, my pick for The Mercenary was the live version from Rock in Rio, which is, like, if you don't have that live DVD, like, I'm sure you can piece it together on YouTube, but it is, like, one of their best performances. Dickinson's back, and he's just flying around the stage being all Brucey, and, like, he just, like, this comes right after Sign of the Cross on the live album, which is underrated in itself, even if it was a single and all that. But, like, it's a slow burner song. So then he just shouts, "The Mercenary!" Dan, 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 dan.
And even
like,
the chorus is just, it's that chorus that you can chant. Show them no fear, show them no pain.
Yeah.
And it's just, the whole crowd gets into it. And
just the energy level of this song is like, you can't see it because it's off camera awesome.
Yeah, it's like about the Predator movies.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to do, like, if I had, like, giant arms, I could do, like, that.
The clasping
strength
hands,
and honor handshake that Arnold Schwarzenegger and whatever the fucking dude's name is. I can't think of it right now. But, yeah, they do that awesome thing. And, I mean, it's literally has, like, references to the fucking first Predator movie. It's, like, got the jungle. It's got... Diablo come again to make trophies out of men, lose your skin, lose your skull. You know, just picture him like, with this, you know, I mean, that's just gnarly with the spine and skull and, till Arnold, like, kills him by, like, putting mud all over himself, trying to get himself a facial. I don't know. Fucking great song, though. Fucking great song.
Even though the song may be slightly repetitive with the, pre-chorus, chorus, the song was originally intended for Virtual 11, so if you know anything about that album...
It sucks.
And Virtual 11, the hallmark of that album is that they wrote, like, half, or, like, just, like, the verse chorus of the songs.
Yeah.
And then just repeated those until they felt like they
it
were
was
done.
the raison d'etre for that album, was just, let's repeat everything as often as possible. Yeah, but, and then this song, like... It's nothing too flashy, and then at 3:02 the solo just fucking rips in, and you're just like, fuck yeah, I'm goddamn here, I'm ready, I'm gonna like shotgun some beers.
Gonna go full Baker Mayfield, bite that son of a bitch, pop the top, and get the crowd fucking rocking.
Get them lit.
Alright, so the next one is off the album with the worst fucking album cover ever. It was 2003. There was some great CGI shit happening in 2003. There was some great CGI shit that happened before that.
In 1983.
Yeah, Dance of Death. Just pull the fucking thing out of your CD, burn that, keep the disc. I mean, who fucking has CDs anymore anyway?
They couldn't even, like, properly CGI mannequins.
No, it's fucking terrible. But I digress. So the song... New Frontier.
New Frontier. It's a song, essentially it was written, it's Nico McBrain, their drummer's first attempt at writing lyrics. I think he does a really solid job.
His only attempt in writing lyrics?
I think so.
Thus far, yeah.
I think he does a pretty solid job, especially considering like the vocal rhythms in the chorus and how well it flows. It's a song essentially about Frankenstein, about, when does science go too far. It's got a lot of religious imagery in it. But overall, I think it's a really catchy song. It's nothing too special, but it's nice, it's catchy, it gets you into the album, and, you don't feel like you've lost anything by listening to it.
No, for sure.
And see, I've got to, I got to be a little contrarian on this one. Like, this is the part of Dance of Death where I call the flyover territory, where between the title track and Passchendaele, there's 3 songs, this is included, and I just find myself constantly skipping them, because I don't know, they don't touch me in that way. Because you have Dance of Death.
Show me on the bad album where it touched you.
Because you have Dance of Death, which is this like epic catchy song about the Seventh Seal by Ingmar Bergman. And then you have 3 real basic Iron Maiden tunes, which they're fine, but they're so vanilla and then you get to Passchendaele, which is like one of their top 5 songs ever.
Yeah.
And so in between, when you're sequencing the album in between, you're just kind of like
trying to get to Passchendaele.
Yeah, you
just
want-
get me there.
I just want to get to
I just
Passchendaele
wanna
right
get there.
now.
Fun fact about this album, though, I forget when it was. I think it was the second time I saw Iron Maiden. Bruce Dickinson said, or no, it was. Yeah, the first time I saw Iron Maiden, they played Dance of Death, and he's like, you know what? Take out your iPhones, take out your recording devices. We don't give a shit. Put this on the internet. This is the new track from our new album, Dance of Death.
It's not out yet. Record this shit.
Yeah, and he was just like straight up like, we don't give a fuck. We're Iron Maiden. We do what we want. I was like, that's cool as shit. Like, you're not whingy about it because you know that you're one of the biggest metal acts of all time, and that people getting your music is more important than them buying it.
Yeah.
And that really, so good on you, Bruce Dickinson.
Yeah, because I mean, they might be one of the biggest metal bands ever, but honestly, you could make the case that Iron Maiden as a band is still kind of underrated. Like you
can easily make that
like
case.
everyone knows the name, but you'd be very surprised at how many people actually can hum their songs.
I bet
back to
you, if you did a survey and you showed Eddie, more people would know Eddie than if you played fucking like Aces High or something. Like they'd be like, I don't know who this is, but you show Eddie, they'd be like, oh, that's fucking Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden guy,
yeah. So you're absolutely right on that. So next, moving on.
This is going to be the final track on Dance of Death. This is their only acoustic track, only like fully acoustic track. Journeyman.
It's the only reason I accept that song being on here. I mean, it's a good song, but the only reason I think it makes this list is it's acoustic. Like, if you would have switched those out and made it everything metal, it wouldn't make this list.
Well, they recorded it as a metal song, but then Dickinson said, we just made you sit through, an hour and some change of music of just hard rock and metal, so we're gonna ease you out with some,
But obviously that didn't work great because they never did it again.
Yeah.
But see,
because they put that on the end, and they're like, "Oh, people will love this. We'll just mellow it out." And people are like, "No, I want to get off on this and be all angry, and pumped up, and go out and fucking."
Well, and I get it.
Run a marathon.
If Iron Maiden put out like an all acoustic album, it would probably be like fair to middling at best. But having that sporadic, like just that one change of pace song at the end of this album, I think that really that's what makes it underrated, is because it's really good. They did it really well. Like they have the strings, the orchestra, and it's along the same lines of Wasted Years, where it's just kind of about being a band and having to travel and being the journeyman, where where's home, the struggle of being on the road all the time, and that they did that a little more with Coming Home on Final Frontier, but it's bombastic, but it's also restrained at the same time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a really good song, and I'm not gonna say it's not. But if you want the same feel, listen to Coming Home and just fucking forget about it.
Well, I think,
I'm sorry.
I think the thing is, if they would have moved it up in the track list to maybe...
I think you're right. I think that's my big beef with it.
Yeah, make it more dynamic within the album instead of ending the album that way. Because you could end the album with Passchendaele, because that song is such a strong song.
Right.
You could close it with that.
There's really not much you can follow Passchendaele with.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it needs to be the final track.
When I say not much, I mean Journeyman worked because hear me out, because you go from this really gripping song about World War I, this epic heartrending song, and to come down from that you would need something softer, more mellow, and that's where Journeyman comes in.
I think that's where medicinal narcotics take over. Yeah. But anyway, alright, so the next one is I think all of us picked. And no? Not all of us?
It wasn't
just you and me.
Just us?
It wasn't originally on my list, but it's such a strong song. 2006,
A Matter of Life and Death.
And see, here's the thing. I would almost posit that nothing on Life and Death is underrated, because when they released the album, the band themselves thought it was so strong that they went out and played the whole thing front to back live.
Yeah, but that got mixed reviews from the people who went to those concerts.
Right, because it's such a chore to digest the album, because it's 80 minutes long.
Yeah.
But when we did this project and we took out we took out half of the album, now you have this 45, 50 minute really tight album, and it really brought to light just how strong every one of the songs on this album
It is a good album, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of songs off this one too, much like Brave New World, that could have been picked. For
Yeah,
this
like
list.
I struggled narrowing it down to this one, and I landed on Longest Day because I think it's just, I don't know, like I just love the dynamism of it.
Yeah.
Like it builds really, it has a good build for one, and it's like dark and tense, and you can feel the tension of, you know, like getting ready to storm the beach, like floating up there on the PT boats, like coming
Yeah,
in
and
your
if you,
certainly
if you missed any of
boats.
that, the song's about D-Day.
Oh, well, I thought just The Longest Day. I
Sure,
thought that
but you know,
infers-
to let people know straight up, the song's about D-Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, was there any doubt that I was going to fucking pick that song? Like a song about one of the most pivotal battles of all time? Brandon's not going to take that.
Yeah.
He's not gonna pick the
No,
history
but you're
song.
you're really right about the dynamism of the
Too
song.
right.
Yeah, because the verses are these really tense, kind of dark and gritty. You know, the musician is like minor key stuff, and it just that contrasted with like the hopeful, almost sunshine of the chorus contrasts really, really well with each other. That you see, there's some hope at this end of this grim, fucking dark tunnel.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you took all the lyrics out, which I wouldn't suggest, but even if you took all the lyrics out, you would get the feeling
Yeah, if you
that
did
they
the
were
song with- yeah.
they were trying to get at. Like, if you just, like, pulled all the lyrics out, put your headphones on to somebody that didn't know and be like, D-Day.
Yeah, if
Go.
you knew the song was about D-Day and then you listen
And you're
to
like, oh, okay, this is them getting ready on the ships. This is them boarding the Higgins boats, not PT boats.
yeah.
This is them storming the beaches. This is them
I stand corrected.
climbing the this is them moving forward onto Cannes. Okay.
Well, there's even at 4:48, the instrumentation gets really tense, and it's got this ebb and flow, this back and forth where they're going up and down the guitar neck, and you can feel like the battle working back and forth. And then when the solo comes in at 5:18, that's when that ray of sunshine comes through the clouds, and you can see that they have taken the beach. Like there is that hope right there with that solo where the song just opens up. And you feel it, especially if you know it's about D-Day. You feel that sense of victory with that solo, and it is a really well crafted song.
Yeah.
Even for Iron Maiden, this song is just
so fucking good.
It is a really, really well done song.
And I mean, and I totally agree with what you say about like you can take the lyrics out and just have this like really dynamic instrumental. But I think for me, what really puts this song over the top and why it landed here was Dickinson's vocals are so good on this album, or like this song album too. But this song, like,
oh yeah,
you know, the way he kind of snarls and inflects, it's like a talk sing, like during the verses, just shaking, puking, fear. You feel that, but then like you hit the chorus and it's like he's up in his higher register doing his Bruce things, and like that all just really brings it home.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, my point was that it's so good it could stand alone.
Yeah, exactly.
But then when you add in the lyrics, which are amazing, you get, I mean, a song that I have no idea how this song could be on this list.
Yeah.
Seriously, how the fuck is this song on this list?
Yeah.
It is that fucking good. The fact that this song is underrated, fuck, how?
Yeah, this song.
Well, I mean, underrated to this trio of Knaves.
Well, but the fact that it's not a single and the fact that it's not on their greatest hits albums or anything, like, fucking really?
To your point, though, I like the progression of Dickinson's vocals from like early years to later years, where it gets almost like gruffer, almost like he picked up smoking just to make his voice sound a little rougher.
Well, no, but like, and going back, like you can hear him start doing that on Seventh Son, where he's like, if you pay like close enough attention, he starts inflecting a little more.
Yeah.
And then, but then they hit those '90s albums where it's just butt rock.
Yeah,
and he's just kind of like,
rock.
And you're just like, dude, what are you doing? I think maybe he was practicing for like
but his vocals for these later works really stand out.
Well, I mean, it was the 90s, and you know what? At least he used, like, consonants, not just hard vowels in the song. Yeah! All right.
And the sad thing is I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, exactly.
So somehow we only had room for one song from Matter of Life and Death, because the next one we're moving forward.
Yeah, this is from The Final Frontier, which came out in 2010. This is The Alchemist, and this is from the opening note, classic, early years Iron Maiden. It's like a it's like a 4.5 minute banger, as the kids would say. This is a banger.
You can put it on any of the early albums; it would totally fit. Like if you didn't know that this was a later song, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, like if you slotted this into somewhere in time, like maybe with the it has shinier production, but if you just slotted this song in, like you'd think it would just fit.
Well, yeah, and even the subject matter. It's about a guy named John Dee, who is a 16th century mathematician and occultist who was an advisor to Queen Elizabeth I.
It's actually a really smart guy.
Yeah, and it's actually it's got some of that occultism and like esoteric kind of nature to it because he was a Rasputin type figure.
Yeah, he tried to summon angels.
Yeah, tried to summon angels.
But yet he also was like a master navigator and taught like a lot of the English like how to navigate for their ships that are going and exploring.
Well, Bruce does love his navigation.
Yes. But honestly, this song is fucking amazing.
Yeah, and
it's what, like 5 minutes?
It's not even that. Yeah. It's like sub 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that long, but I mean, you are gripped from fucking second one till whatever fucking second it ends. I mean, it's just good.
Yeah, and like, I touched on this before. If you break these, this and Matter of Life and Death, if you split them into like 2 albums a piece, they're so much easier to digest. But it's like not to take away from the quality of the long songs, because I like the long songs are really good. It's just they take a lot. You have to want to listen to them at any time. But this one, like, I really wish they would just start making like shorter albums some days.
I do too. I do wish too sometimes that they would go back to that. But I think again,
where you have like
they're no longer galloping, they're marching.
Yes, but like having 7 shorter songs and then the one big epic.
Yeah.
Instead of like 7 epics.
Right. All right. So for any of you that have no idea what the fuck we're talking about, but you are a nerd like the rest of us, it's like the Lord of the fucking Rings. The original thing was this fucking big. And they were like, no one's gonna buy that.
Yeah.
They split it into 3 books, and it's a fucking classic.
Yeah.
So, there you go. It's the same sort of idea. It's still great.
Yeah.
But it's a hell of a lot better when it's split up.
Yeah, it's easier it's easier to take in pieces and parts, which is why, like, I even struggled picking a song from this album, because, like, Mother of Mercy is great, and that's like a 5.5 minute song, too. But, like, The Talisman, Isle of Avalon,
Starblind.
I'm iffy on that song. I like the experimentation they did, but this was a Yannick Gers song too, and he doesn't get enough credit for being, the third guitarist.
Another thing about the song I really love is the verse, the vocal structure in the verses. It has this almost Broadway operatic rhythm.
It absolutely does, yes.
And it really gives this song its own quality.
Yeah, and another testament to Iron Maiden is, when I first heard this song, you're listening to like Iron Maiden, The Alchemist. Oh, it's about a wizard, and I thought that too. And then you read the lyrics, and you're like, oh wait, this is about an actual like guy who lived.
Bruce did his homework.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. And one of my favorite lines in the song is he's talking about the namesake John Dee, and he says he looked into the abyss and called it by its name. And if you know that reference, it's a reference to Nietzsche, who is a philosopher, and he's essentially said, if you look into the abyss stares back. So this guy, he's like, nah, you're not staring back at me, I'm fucking naming you.
Your name's Bob, motherfucker.
And it's just like
I'm going to tell you your business, Abyss.
And I mean, if you know anything about the abyss, it's a pretty lonely, isolated, heavy place. And he's just in it.
Cthulhu lives there.
Yeah. And the line just gives me chills with just how powerful it is to try to have some control over that.
Another fun fact, they've never played this live.
They fucking should.
No.
They should.
Alright, so for our final song, we couldn't fucking come up with a coherent consensus.
Yeah.
So we just said, fuck it, and we each picked one off of Book of Souls.
Yeah, we wanted to have it represented because the way it worked out was we had, we're picking 7 songs each, and 6 songs got multiple votes. So so we had 6 songs that were automatically here, and then there's 4 of us participating, but 3 of us on camera. So we said, screw it, let's represent Book of Souls somehow, because we each had one, and they were all different.
And they're all great.
They're all great, yeah.
Mine's best.
So you get like
7 songs from 7 sons. Is that what this is?
something like that.
The
Yeah.
most powerful songs, technically.
So really, this is like a top 9. You get 2 bonus songs today.
Yeah.
Bonus.
So
all right. So starting with mine, my song is "Death or Glory."
Not the Clash song.
No,
It's also a good song.
that is actually also a great song, but I don't believe it's about the Red Baron.
No, probably.
Which this song is fucking about the Red Baron. It's another war song. Of course, I fucking picked it, but the subject matter is amazing. The lyrics actually play into the real life of the Red Baron. I mean, they say red triplane. That was Red Baron. He painted it red just because, like, as a fuck you to everybody else. Like, hey, I'm here. Come and fight me. You know, deflection shooting.
Super badass.
Yeah, because he was in charge of the Flying Circus.
Monty Python.
Monty Python, yeah, well before. Like a couple of years.
Yeah,
a couple of years
just
before
couple,
that.
yeah.
But yeah, deflection shooting, which he kind of helped pioneer.
Yeah, he can deflect bullets with his
Oh
mind.
god, I could go into so much history detail, but no. And hiding in the sun.
No, bad Brandon, no.
No more history! Put your degree away. You don't know shit about shit. Anyway, so yeah, just a fucking great song. No Snoopy. I mean, that's, I think, the only thing that they missed was, Snoopy versus the Red Baron. They needed Snoopy, but we do have the song Snoopy versus the Red Baron. So, I mean, if you want that, go listen to that. But fucking best song about the Red Baron. Awesome song. Please listen to it, even though it's on, Book of Souls, which I kind of shit on until I really did this project. And then I was like, oh, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. It's just long.
It's long as shit.
But see, what they did the right thing, though, and they made it a double album, so you can take part 1 or part 2. You don't have to
Yeah, but that's because it's their longest album.
Yeah.
And prior to doing this, I thought it was all number 2. But I found there's some good ones. So let's hear what yours is. Because
my pick,
I'm going on.
Initially, my pick was going to be Empire of the Clouds, but
It's 18 something.
it's like, it's 18. That's not a problem for me. It's a great tune.
How is that not a problem? You've been complaining about how long everything is, and then you're like, it's an 18-minute song. I don't care.
fine. 18
It's
minutes
fucking fun. I mean, it's a great song. Don't get me wrong.
'Cause I mean-
Nothing compared to Dope Smoker by Sleep.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
it's-
I'm a hypocrite. But no, because I nixed that one because A, it is a single. It was a limited edition record store day single, but it was still a single. And B, because when I was looking through some of, like, not necessarily Iron Maiden forums, but like looking through like fan picks, like underrated songs, this one is not underrated. Everyone knows it's good. Like, so I sat and I'm like, okay, what's the other really awesome epic song on this album?
Death or Glory.
Yeah.
It's good. So I picked the Red and the Black, which is it's a Harris composition, and Steve Harris is nothing if not like one of my favorite musicians ever. And like this song it's 13 minutes long, so it's slightly shorter, but it's it starts out slow. It's got like this. They do these little Irish jiggy riffs.
Oh,
like
Will Smith.
Getting jiggy with it? Will Smith is on it?
Yeah, he makes a guest appearance.
Oh shit, is DJ Jazzy Jeff there too?
No, he couldn't come.
Oh. Wait, he can't come?
What about Uncle Phil?
Yeah, is he there? What about Carlton? Is he doing the Carlton dance?
Yeah, like in the video.
Oh, okay.
But and then there's the gallop. There's the whole big extended solo break section. It has all the working facets of an Iron Maiden epic.
Mm-hmm.
And really, it comes down to just like it is a quintessential. Hey, there's that word again.
We're gonna start a drinking game.
Yeah.
Every time we say quintessential, take 5 drinks.
Yeah, but it's
Quintessential,
just like
quintessential. You're getting fucked up. Quintessential. All right. So yeah, you're not wrong though. It is a fucking great song. Absolutely, it's a great song.
yeah. So like again, I'm not even gonna like go into super detail. It's just like it is the other really good epic song that was available on this list, and I picked it.
That being said, mine is the opening track, If Eternity Should Fail. I like the way the intro starts, where it's almost this like futuristic western kind of thing. The song is Dickinson flexing his fictional nuts. With it was supposed to be about a concept album about Dr. Necropolis versus Professor Lazarus, which
That's like a pulp comic from the 40s.
Well, yeah, it's like a B movie.
yeah, but yeah, that's Dickinson's time period. They've been doing Maiden for 40 years, so that's his thing.
Mm-hmm.
That time period, that kind of kitschy, silly, funny, but like with serious themes kind of time period. But it's got a really like poppy kind of head bobbing chorus. It's the only song that they've done in drop D, and if you listen close enough, it's got like that really nice 80s feel to it.
Yeah.
It does.
But yeah, it's like an 8.5 minute song, but it's a really quick 8.5 minutes, so you're not like bored throughout. And then the very end is like this spoken word part where Dickinson's essentially like laying out, Dr. Necropolis's plan.
Yeah, but he's like, it's like vocally morphed, like it's on a vocoder or something.
Yeah, so it's kind of neat in that really like, oh, all right, that's like corny sci-fi kind of way, like B-movie kind of way.
I think he watched like Dr. Horrible, just a couple too many times.
And
like,
know what,
I can make this.
Yeah, and that gives the song some character too.
No,
but
it's
again,
great.
It's got a really nice chorus. It's a strong song throughout, and it's really good.
Yeah, like and I back that pick straight up. I like it sounds different from like. It's not a standard Iron Maiden song, which is also a good thing.
Yeah.
So that's our list for late Maiden. I don't know what we're doing next week, but I'm sure it's going to involve drinking and us being assholes.
Yeah, so that being said, let us know in the comments what your favorite Iron Maiden, underrated late Iron Maiden song is, or your own top 7 list.
Oh,
and if you're wondering...
Stats.
Yeah, well, if you're wondering...
Noah Metrics.
Yeah, Noah Metrics. Off of X Factor, we had 2 picks. Bubbles and I each picked a song off X Factor, Judgment of Heaven and Edge of Darkness, respectively. Virtual 11 got 1. Bubbles had Virtual 11's back with Lightning Strikes Twice.
Oh my god, that fucking song. Bubbles just picked one from each album, so
and
that's why.
Lightning Strikes Twice is a prime example of when a bad chorus happens to a good song.
Yeah.
We had the unholy trifecta of 666. The number of the beast! Brave New World, Dance of Death, and A Matter of Life and Death each had 6. Final Frontier had 5, and Book of Souls had 3?
3. Book of Souls had 3. That being said, we're still trying to get to 100 subscribers. If you stuck around this long, you should do that, because we're at 70 right now. Thank you, all 70. So, for the rest of you, bang that subscribe button, play a 6 solo on that bell, let out some 6 screams, and head on over to Twitter and Instagram. Oh, and Facebook. We're on that thing too. We do some stuff.
Yeah, we're on the books.
Yeah, we're not too like technologically ignorant. We're trying.
A little Luddite-esque, but anyway.
Yes.
But we're there.
Yeah, we're neophytes at best. Anyways, make sure you subscribe and do all that fun stuff so you're alerted when the next keg is tapped.
Cheers.